Hey there guys, Master64 here, and today I am going to be discussing where Shrek 2 went wrong with items. So one thing I've never really understood about Shrek 2 is the items. Why do coins exist? Why do coin stacks exist? Why do money bags exist? Why do shamrocks exist? Why do energy bars exist? Energy kegs? What is the point of all these items? They don't help you at all. Okay, I think for my point to really get across, we're just going to go one by one through each item. Alright, so the first item is the coin. Let's see, how many things can you use with a coin? You can buy potions. Potions are also completely useless. You never at one point have to use them unless you want to get into secret areas. It's the only incentive you have to get coins. And even by that point, the shrink potion is literally the cheapest potion. Why would you make that so cheap? You would make that the most expensive one because it's the most quote-unquote helpful. Okay, now you have the coin stack. Coin stack is pretty useless. It doesn't even help you at all, just because it's trying to emulate a coin or whatever. And then you have the money bag, and that thing is just coin. It's just a coin. Coins are just useless. There's no reason to use them. Onto the energy bar. Now, I think that the energy bar would have been helpful if the player didn't have so much health. I think if I was developing this game, I would make sure that the player had very low health at all times, and that the energy bar would assist in keeping you alive for longer. But the other issue is that enemies don't hardly even hit you. You can see right here, they're not even freaking hitting me. They're all bad. So therefore, that makes the energy bar completely useless. We have the energy keg. That's even more broken and useless because not only does that give you health, but it maxes out your health, which is already way too unbalanced. And then you have the shamrock, aka the clover. And that thing, while it is quote-unquote helpful for getting more health, there's no reason to get health. Health is so stupid. You know, if health was a major factor in saving you from fall damage, it would actually be amazing. We'd probably be using that for speedrunning today, possibly. But guess what? That's not the freaking case. You go from lose 10-15% of your health to instantly dead. And unfortunately, that's all the items that were in the game. Now, see, if I was actually developing the game, I would have added a few more items, I think. Such as maybe like, imagine if in one of these levels, and it wouldn't make much sense, but just bear with me. Imagine there was a thruster pack in the game or whatever, and if you went to it and picked it up, it would like increase your speed, like whenever you activated it for like 5-10 seconds. That'd be pretty cool, something like that. Or even that freaking jetpack. I don't know. A jetpack would be a bit ridiculous, honestly. I don't think that the developers would be that good. But still, some sort of anything would have been awesome. But the movement in this game is so bare bones that unless you're speedrunning, the movement is just basically very flawed in how it was made and whatnot. The problem is that there's not really many items that the developers could have added with how they simply developed the game. If they were going to develop it in a smart way, you would need to make sure you need to have a lot less health. Enemies need to be actually hitting more instead of just being around. They're basically just like, all the enemies serve is a possibility of blocking you off. That's the only thing that they can do. You're never gonna have a situation where you die to an enemy unless you're like on 1 HP, which rarely happens on any map. The worst case scenario, you might end up dying to an enemy on the Hunt 3. That's it. Because, I mean, in a speedrun, you're gonna jump through all those fire dragons, right? And then sometimes in Factory or whatever, you'll end up jumping through lasers, and you might lose a lot of health. Who freaking knows? But you're still usually not going to die from that kind of thing. And it is for those reasons that I think that the items in this game are insanely and heavily flawed. They should have never existed. Honestly, this game, I mean, while it would have been a little bit more bland, I think that they should have not even had the items in the first place. They're completely pointless and useless. There's no reason for them to even exist in the game. Why do they still exist? It's so dumb. Anyway, guys. See ya.